I shepherd, I shall not want. Him make an eye like down in a green pasture. Him lay that eye beside still water them. Him restore eye soul. Him lay that eye in the part of eye justice for him name sake. Yay! Though I Rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepare a table. Before I, in the presence of our enemy, them, uno anointed I head with no oil. My cup runneth over. Surely, goodness and mercy, I go follow I all the days of I life. I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah, kadamawi. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. How ma usobo Lisa adanu wato e was player 4 akpe kaka maulu sobo Lisa mau sobo Lisa mau gan sobo Lisa akpe sia tanyu mo o you wala don. Oh, you aladong. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Now, here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral. Because we are not neutral. Yes, we have taken sides. The side of the truth. That is why we are affectionately called the headquarters of the truth. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food in all its palatability for the nourishment of the family in its whole entirety. That is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, and subject these ideas to some crucial forensic scrutiny, right after which we tease out the creme de la creme of all these ideas and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is literally what we do here. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Remember, this is the headquarters of the truth. It is the domicile of the truth. It is the address of the truth. This is the hometown of the truth. And if that pleases you better, is the habitat of the truth, the bedroom of the truth. And we are live on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. And with this, we are in total control. Only God can stop us now. Thanks so much to you, and to you, and to you, and to you. Keep supporting the truth. That is the ultimate. No man who ever speaks the truth is left behind. Oh my God. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube. You can also find us on Instagram, there on X, formerly called Twitter. We are representing live and colored. And on TikTok, we keep ticking and talking with the gracious hands of time. Yes, the gracious hands and crucial hands of patriotism. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. and here we speak truth to power. I'm most excited to have you. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't as yet done so. Spread the word. Share the broadcast. Let many more people be part of this. Oh, Lord God have mercy. Today we have exclusives for you. Come here. We have 3 very important stories to look at today. My brother, my sister, and we're going to go straight into action. Thanks so much to Tesori Doriente. Oh my God. It's the newest name in baths right now. If you want to have a good bath, if you truly want to have fun, if you want to go into your bathroom and come out and the whole area smells, oh, the exquisiteness of your bath. My brother, my sister, this is what we're talking about. Turn every shower into a royal experience with a smooth, silky, soft, long-lasting, oriental fragrance, rich lather, which goes for days without disturbing the freshness and the confidence. Please speak with Daddy Ash Limited. The numbers are on the screen. Pick up the numbers for bulk purchases and enquiry. Thank you so much. Oh, Tesori Doriente. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show them up, where we speak truth to power. Story number 1. Watch this. Mahama should have never invited Ibrahim Traoré to Ghana. And who is saying this? Former defense minister, former minister of defense, and his name is Nitiwul. This is the man we're talking about. He's also the MP for a beautiful part of the northern region called Bimbila. That is the MP. Recently, he was caught into some controversies when Kennedy Japan and his team during the primaries accused him of tribalism. He spoke to his people in Komba, talking to them never to vote for Kennedy Japan because he was overly tribalistic and that they should vote for one of their own. Oh yes, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. He defended himself and he brought facts in to nullify everything that was thrown at him in the name of accusation and allegations. My brother, my sister, this is Nitiwul. He was the Minister of Defense. And during his tenure, we never saw any terrorist attack in this country. During his tenure, he was one of those many said was great at his work. This is Nitiwul. Now, it is in the news that Nitiwul has been talking about the terrorist attack in Burkina Faso. Close to 10 Ghanaians were shot and killed. My brother, my sister, in northern Burkina Faso, tomato sellers and their truck set ablaze, including the dead bodies, all charred by burning. My brother, my sister, the Ghanaian authorities were very sad to hear this. There were some women also on the trucks who were set free, even though we have new information that 1 or 2 other women were caught in the crossfire. It was a terrorist attack. Why did they attack Ghanaians? Did they know that these were Ghanaians? My brother, my sister, it has made the country go down in mourning for these beautiful souls who only went there to do a decent trade and come home with some money to feed their families. The President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, has since been to the 37 military hospital to pay a courtesy call on the victims of the attack. My brother, my sister, Burkina Faso has been grappling with terrorist attacks from days immemorial. Many people say it is political. Others say otherwise. They say it is religious. Whatever it is, human lives are at stake and people are going down the drain. Never did we ever know that Ghanaians will be caught in this crossfire. About 10 Ghanaians went down the drain. Of course, we've heard about terrorist attacks before. We heard in Kenya, where at a mall, our own professor was gunned down, and we don't want to remember that incident anymore. We heard about the 9/11 attacks, where some Ghanaians were caught also in the crossfire. The newest, and maybe one of the highest tolls we have had, is this Burkina Faso tomato seller attacks. And it's all over in the news. Now, Ghana Web put it out. My Joy Online also put it up. Other media houses put it up that Nitiwul has been busily talking. Presently, as we stand, we do not have a defense minister after we lost one on the 6th of August, 2025, in that helicopter crash. We still don't want to remember that. It was a day that gathered all of us in mourning. But this is what Ghana Web has to say about what Nitiwul is talking about in the media. Watch this. Glorification of Burkina Faso leader sparked trader attack. And this is Nitiwul claiming. Let's watch this. Former Minister of Defense Dominic Nitiwul has attributed the recent terrorist attack on Ghanaian tomato traders in Burkina Faso to what he perceives as the government's approach towards Burkina Faso's leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Now, the Bimbilla MP noted that during previous peaks of terrorist activity in Burkina Faso, Ghanaians were literally not targeted. Listen to that again. The Bimbilla MP noted that during previous peaks of terrorist activity in Burkina Faso, Ghanaians were generally not targeted. In an interview with City News on February 18, 2026, Niti will question the decision to invite Captain Traore to President John Dramani Mahama's swearing-in ceremony, suggesting that it may have inadvertently set the wrong signal amid ongoing regional security concerns. That's straight away. My brother, my sister, we normally don't like second-hand news. We like to reach out to the person and find out exactly what the person is talking about. And also to be sure that this person is not misquoted. So we placed a call to the former defense minister and we asked him the very first question we put before him. What are you saying? Are you saying that because Ibrahim Traoré was invited into the country for John Dramani Mahama's swearing in, that is why tomato traders have been killed in that terrorist attack? And this was what he had to say. Watch this.
First of all, I won't say that. And there's no way that I will ask that because of just the support. I ask a simple question, and all of us must be concerned. Why are they attacking Ghanaian traders when they knew that they were Ghanaian traders? Because the car was a registered Ghanaian car. They disembarked the people. They spoke to the people, and they knew that these were Ghanaians. And since the terrorism started in Burkina Faso 2018, they've never attacked Ghanaians. Anytime they say, oh, Ghana people, go. That's the time we were there, the intel were always getting. The Burkina base always told us that Ghanaian, they will not attack them. So why are they attacking them now? Right? And I did point out to government that if they had sought the advice of some of us, we would have advised them not to invite Ibrahim Traoré for two reasons. One, because he's a coup maker, and he was under ECOWAS sanctions, and John Dramani Mahama, the president, was elected as president, as a democratic president. We don't want anything to do with anything that has to do with coup. Even though we want good neighborliness, but you don't want to encourage coups around West Africa. So you don't want to hype anybody who is having coup. And two, the current government in Burkina is fighting terrorism. You do not want it to look as if you are a friend to their enemies. They will target you. So basically, that is the point I pointed to them, that government should be very careful their posture going forward. Otherwise, they may end up inviting problems onto Ghanaians when there shouldn't have been any other problems. So they should immediately send the Minister for Defense to Burkina to find out exactly what is happening in Burkina. And if we don't have the Minister for, it's unfortunate we don't have one. The president should have chosen the Minister for Defense, but the Minister for Defense should be on the aircraft now to Burkina with a team from the intelligence agencies, defense intelligence, national security tools, to find out exactly what is going on there. And also to get the foreign minister to immediately brief Ghanaians, the people of Ghana, on what is going on, where should they visit in Burkina, where shouldn't they visit in Burkina, what is the way forward. So, and then secondly, the Minister for Defense with their Burkina Faso counterparts should advise us on what they will do so that what has happened does not happen again. So basically, that is my position on the Burkina issue.
Okay. Why do you think that only men were shot dead and women were set free?
Where men, when there were women who also died. Anybody who says the women didn't die, they didn't get a story. So what happened was they disembarked them and they separated them into two groups, men and women. The idea originally was to say, if you talk to the survivors, they will tell you that originally the idea was to kill the men because it's the men who are fighting anyway. Women hardly, they seem not to have a lot of problem with women, but they wanted to separate them in that group. But some women also died. So it is not only men who died. Unfortunately, some women also died. And may their souls all rest in peace. So let nobody say that only men died. Some women, in fact, virtually all the men died. But there's a survivor. There's a young man who survived. All right. He's in Ghana here. He's been brought. And another woman who also survived. In fact, the one who survived, the wife also survived. So they are all here. So men died and women also died. But normally, in this case, they separated them and they burned the car too. They actually destroyed the car and burned. And this is not the first time that car has been going to Burkina. I just say that Ghanaians should be very wary of going to northern Burkina. I will caution that Ghanaians, especially traders or even Ghanaians, should be very wary of going to northern Burkina. It may not be very, very safe for anybody who's going to northern Burkina without security. If you want to go to Burkina, then I think that you should get armed escort. But if you go on your own, you are risking too much.
Right now, as it stands in Burkina Faso, please tell me, if you were the defense minister, what would you be suggesting right now, apart from escorts and then, in fact, armed escorts?
So first of all, I would have been in Burkina by now to ascertain for myself exactly what the situation is. I would not have sat in Ghana and then be calling there. I would have been in Burkina with my team to ascertain what is there. Of course, you will not be there for all these years, but you obviously would have been in Burkina to ascertain. You have visited them. You have talked to the people on the ground. You pick up intelligence and then you are back and leave the team there to do the work with them. So the joint team would have investigated it to make sure that it doesn't happen. Two, you would have send a travel advice immediately to Ghanaians and briefed. By now, I have briefed Ghanaians about 3 or 4 times. What is the way forward? What happened? What is going forward? How to prevent it in the travel advice. And 4, I would have worked with the Burkinabés to ensure that Ghanaians are safe so that when they enter Ghana or they enter Burkina, they have enough security to ensure that they can go to Burkina and back. Otherwise, they'll be risking their lives. Now that Ghanaians are being targeted, like I said before, at no point did they ever target Ghanaians. It's not because Ghanaians were not going to Burkina. They were always going to Burkina, but they always never targeted them. It's this time that Ghanaians are being targeted. So we must take the security more serious than we used to do. I would say that we should liaise with our Burkina counterparts, in this case, the Minister of Defense in Burkina, to ensure that Ghanaian traders, Ghanaian nationals are protected. These are the 3 things I would have done. But right. I said before, make sure that we constantly update Ghanaians, tell them. I was expecting by this time the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Defense have come to brief the country. brief Parliament, and also brief the country on what has happened. It's a very serious matter. This is the first time that we have up to 8 or 9 Ghanaians who have died through terrorism. We had one who died in Kenya, Professor Awono, may his soul rest in peace. But this is the first time the Ghanaians have been caught in the crossfire of terrorism and they have died. We don't know what these people are planning. We don't know what these terrorists are planning, and that's why we need a lot of intel. In our time, we worked closely with the Burkinabes, but what we didn't do was to openly flaunt it, openly let everybody know that this is what we are doing. I can tell you the sort of help that we give the government, this government, new government, has not even given them that type of help. But I'm saying that we were not openly portraying it to the world that this is what we are doing. We work with them on the quiet to ensure that Ghana is safe. So we work with the Burkina Faso government, work with the Ivorian government, we work with the Togolese government. And we're always working together. If you remember what we call the Accra Initiative, all these countries were part of the Accra Initiative, and we work closely together. But for every government, the safety of your citizens is the most important thing. And I feel that that's what government should prioritize. So I keep saying that government's posture is very important.
Right.
But if, like I said before, if anybody had invited me or to give a suggestion as to whether Captain Traore should be invited for the inauguration of our president, I have said they should hold on. It may not have been a very good idea. That's what I have advised, and that's what I have always said, and that is my position, that I, the former minister, would have advised that we should hold on. Otherwise, we may be portraying a particular picture that will not be helpful for our citizens at all.
Well, Honorable Dominic Aduna Bengab Nitiwul. That's his name. He's the MP for Bimbila, and he used to be the defense minister of the Republic. In fact, his government just got out of power. Now, he made 2 very important suggestions. Number 1, we should never have invited Ibrahim Traoré because he is a coup maker. We don't want to encourage coups in the country. Number 2, when they were in power, they worked hand in hand with the Burkinabe people. Though they were not coming out to say exactly what they were doing, that was why terrorist attacks were on the low. Can we say this is true? We all remember Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo going to America and sitting down with the Americans and bad-mouthing the Burkinabes. How Burkinabe rebels were around the borders of Ghana, and this was going to wreak havoc for the people of Ghana. Burkinabes were not happy about this. In fact, they were on social media targeting Ghanaians and insulting Ghanaians. And we ran that story on this same show, The Blackboard. Do we all remember the harsh words that Burkinabes used? In fact, yes, Nitiwul and his government may probably have worked with the Burkinabes, but at a point, the relationship broke down. And that was why it was necessary for John Dramani Mahama to repair that relationship in one way or the other by inviting in Ibrahim Traoré, who at the time was becoming more popular than any other African president, though a supposed coup maker. On this show, we're going to find out if Ibrahim Traoré is truly a coup maker or not. But Nitiwul made it so clear he should never have been invited into the country. His enemies are those attacking Ghanaians. The big question is, which president doesn't have enemies? So anytime we invite a president into our country, should his enemies attack Ghanaians? That is the question we must ask ourselves. Yes, Ibrahim Traoré was in Ghana. He came to Ghana at the inauguration of John Dramani Mahama. He intentionally invited him for so many reasons that you and I know, even before crossing the bridge. But let us cross the bridge right now. Who is Ibrahim Traoré? This guy that everybody is talking about. That is Ibrahim Traoré. He's only 37 years old. He was born on the 14th of March in 1988 in Kera at Bondokwi. He became the world's youngest head of state when he took power in 2022, 4 years ago, at the age of 34. My brother, my sister, he studied geology, so he's a geologist at the University of Ouagadougou, now University of Joseph Kizerbo, from 2006 to 2010. He's a captain in the Burkina Faso army and is presently interim president of Burkina Faso and the president of the Confederation of the Sahel. Interim means he's just sitting in until the real president comes on. My brother, my sister, can I tell you more? How did he become the interim president of his country? Now, there was a president who was democratically voted for in Burkina Faso. He was called Roch Marc Christian Kabore. Roch Marc Christian Kabore. That is this president. Democratically elected. Then a certain soldier picked up arms and removed this president, duly elected democratically by the people of Burkina Faso. And this guy, my brother, my sister, Paul Henry, that is him here, Damiba, that's his name, Damiba. Paul Henry Damiba, that is him. He took arms and removed this man. The Burkina army was not happy. We don't want coup d'etats in our country anymore. But our fellow soldier has decided to remove a democratically elected president. That was not what Sankara taught us, though he himself a coup maker. So 8 months after taking power from Roch Marc Christian Kabore, Ibrahim Traoré decided to kick out his fellow soldier. And when he kicked him out, he took over power from a coup maker. That is why people like Kwesi Pratt revere this guy. That is why Mahama probably decided to invite this guy, apart from his humongous popularity all over Africa. And what he is doing that some democratically elected presidents cannot even dream of doing. This guy was seen to be good enough to be invited into the country. Can we look at his arrival in the country and what happened when he met with the president? Watch this.
Captain Ibrahim Traoré.
And you can also see how popular Mr. President is in Ghana. When he was introduced at the Black Star Square, he got the biggest applause. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Yes.
When he was introduced at the Black Star Square, he got the biggest applause. There were democratically elected presidents who attended. But this guy here, the youngest world president, had the biggest applause. Kwesi Pratt is so much against coups. I am so much against coups. What made this coup a different coup? Was it because another coup leader was taken out? Whilst this guy is doing all he can to put back the nation on the pedestal of democracy, like Sankara did? Kwesi Pratt has something to tell us. Watch this and listen with rapt attention. Watch this.
I'm not surprised at all about the turnout in the demonstration in support of the Traore government in Burkina Faso. In fact, Bless, I refuse to refer to him as a junta leader. He's not a junta leader. Junta leader has a negative connotation. Today, as we sit here, I don't see any African leader who can beat Traore in an election any part of the continent. So he's a popular leader, popular revolutionary leader.
Yeah.
His popularity goes beyond even the boundaries of Africa and so on. There's no leader in Africa who can claim to have the kind of popular support that Traore has today. And yesterday, hundreds of thousands of Burkinabes poured out into the streets of Ouagadougou to send a very clear message to the forces of reaction, to France, to the United States of America, and to NATO, that they would not allow what happened to Thomas Sankara, what happened to Kwame Nkrumah, what happened to Patrice Lumumba, and to some extent to Gaddafi, or even to Salvador Allende, to happen to Ibrahim Traoré. And that they will resist the aggression of the neo-colonialist forces and imperialist forces with everything they have. And that was the message which was sent out loud and clear yesterday in Ouagadougou. Now, significantly, these protests, these demonstrations took place across the world. And when I saw videos of the massive demonstration in London, of all places, you understand?
Yeah.
I said the message was getting out loud and clear.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? All over the world, Ibrahim Traoré is getting the support. So if Ghana invites a man with such popular support, Ghana is only listening to the voice of the world. The voices of people who have been trampled upon the floor of poverty and injustice. Ibrahim Traoré is the most popular leader on the continent of Africa, according to Kwesi Pratt. So Mahama did no wrong inviting this man into the country. Yes, he has enemies, but who doesn't? Now, Nitiwul said it was because they worked hand in hand with the Burkina Faso people. That was why there was no terrorist attack. And in his own words, even when the terrorists met Ghanaian traders, they told them, oh, Ghana, go, go, go. Ghana, go, go, go. But all of a sudden, they have started attacking Ghanaians. And for him, it's because we invited Ibrahim Traoré into the country. I don't know what to think. But this man, is he a coup leader? Or a democracy restorer? He did not stage a coup against a democratically elected government, unlike what Kotoka did. Somebody else by name Paul Henry Damiba was the one who staged the coup against Roch Marc Christian Kabore. And Ibrahim Traoré said, no, this can't happen. We have to restore democracy to our people. And decided to step across and make sure that the pathway to democracy is upheld. I don't know about you, but I've been to Burkina several times. Since Ibrahim Traoré came into power, on his personal invitation, I was there. My brother, my sister, when you go to Burkina Faso now, there's a lot of discipline. You can't cross the red light like it used to be the penchant of the people. Police standing on the street and taking money, all in the name of bribe. Right now, people are sweeping the gutters. Those who flout traffic regulations, I asked to clean gutters, sweep the whole place the whole day. And after that, they pay a fine. He has built factories in the area. He has massive popular support. And at this point, he wants to be called the modern day Thomas Sankara. When you see photos of him, you see Sankara's photo next. And he's moving in the line of Sankara. No leader in Burkina Faso has ever shown as much light on Sankara as this guy here called Ibrahim Traoré. Remember, he's a geologist by training. He could have qualified to just go into any of the factories and worked. But he's a student of Thomas Sankara. In fact, he's a Sankarian. And as it stands right now, he's trying to restore the people to the very foundation of Sankarism. As we have Nkrumahism, we have Sankarism. And that is Thomas Sankara. And this is a student from the foundations of that philosophy. Did we invite a coup maker? Was it worth it? Kwesi Pratt says, I won't call him the leader of a junta. This is a revolution leader. The leader of a revolution. It's Nitiwil, right? Honorable Nitiwil. Aduna Bengap. Is he right? Could our invitation of Ibrahim Traoré have ignited this hatred from these terrorists for our people? Was it worth it? Was it not worth it? How did the Ghanaian people react to the terrorist attack? Could Nitiwil have been right that they should have taken a bolder step to go and dialogue with the people and so on and so forth? My brother, my sister, here is the Black Pots, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey-ya! Hey-yo! Wayo!
Sometimes you just need a moment for yourself, a moment to slow down, feel the water, and let the day fade. Tesori is more than just a shower. It's a moment of pure calm, smooth, creamy, and relaxing. With forest therapy, Persian dream, royal oud, thalassotherapy, ikigai, fior di loto, and karma, all in convenient 500 milliliter bottles. There's a Tesori scent to fit every mood, every moment, every kind of you. Feel the lather on your skin. Breathe in the aroma. Let stress melt away and just enjoy the calm. You don't just feel clean. You feel refreshed, confident, and yourself. Tesori d'Oriente. Luxury is a feeling. For bulk purchases, contact Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599.
Tesori d'Oriente.
Blackpot. Kuku show them.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. This is the headquarters of the truth. It is the habitat of the truth, the address of the truth, the hometown of the truth. Oh yes, the domicile of the truth. This is the palace of the truth. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. My brother, In the heat of the sun, you need something that will keep your body smooth and cool. And above all, clean with confidence. Try this and see. Tesori d'Oriente. Oh my God. Take a bath with that. The whole day, you smell fresh as if you were just coming from a flower farm. And people around your house will come in to find out exactly what perfume is being brewed right there in your house. It comes in different types, depending on which flavor you want. It's sweet and natural. Tesore d'Oriente. Turn every shower into a royal experience with Tesore d'Oriente. It is smooth, it is silky, it is soft, long-lasting, and the fragrance is exquisite. Oh, the ladder, is so emasculating. It's so hypnotizing, cacophonizing. Oh, what are you talking about? It's of premium quality and affordable. And it's proudly distributed right here in Ghana by Daddy Ash Limited. Please pick up the numbers for bulk purchases and enquiries. We are ever ready to listen to you and recommend for you what is best for your skin type. Please pamper your body. Smell good, especially when you are going into public. Oh Lord. Tesore d'Oriente is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Story number 2. Dodo, watch this. Desperate Chairman Wontumi still crying to be released. Bernard Entry Bosiakon is the guy we are talking about. In fact, if anybody has any lesson to learn, any lesson to pick up from the vicissitudes of political life, then it's from this man's life. At a point, he was the god of Ghanaian politics. He had the ears of the president. He commanded the biggest voters for his party, the NPP, in the Ashanti region. Everywhere he went, his name was corrosed. Charmai, 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 Charmai. And he basked in the glory of the opulence of the support. Hallelujah. This is Entry Bosiakun Bernard, aka Chairman Wontumi. He owns a number of radio stations, online stations, and a TV station or 2. This is Chairman Wontumi. He has very little education and he doesn't hide it. He used to be in London and somebody advised him that the way he loved politics, he would do so well in Ghana, where common sense is not needed in our politics. All you need is a loud mouth. Where communication people, the so-called communicators, who I call them miscommunicators, are only paid to be loud and not to think. So Chairman Wontumi landed in Ghana. And it was good for him. His children are British citizens. They are all schooling there. But he is here, destroying our flora and fauna, allegedly. What he can never dream about doing in England, where he calls his second home, where his children are citizens, where he started life until it was so difficult for him, he had to run like a mouse from a Hamatan fire. He can't dare do any of those. My brother, there was a time this guy allegedly destroyed our forest, and he granted interviews in which he said the white man thought he was wise, but he was wiser than the white man. Why? Because the white man instituted forest reserves. And he asked Paul Adumochri, who sat down there basking like an agama lizard in the hot African sun, nodding, bam, 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 to almost everything this block-headed guy was saying. The white man brought us forest reserves for one reason, because of the gold reserves, the mineral reserves in those areas. He didn't want anybody to go there. So this guy targeted our forest reserves. That's his mind. All forest reserves have gold. There's something hidden there that they don't want us to get. And with political willpower, he went into those areas, desecrated those areas, allegedly. The Professor Frimpong Boateng Committee fingered him as one of the biggest destroyers of our forests, only next to Sir John, who presently is in hell, the hottest part of hell, being sodomized by Lucifer with no mercy. This guy here, who was nothing in England, all of a sudden became everything in Ghana to the NPP. He controlled the World Bank of the NPP. Hey, he got so powerful at a point, he even said he had built his own empire in the Ashanti region. Asante Hini saw this, heard this, and said, hey, if we don't stop this guy, one day he will say he's the Asante Hini. Bring him! They summoned him to the Manshia Palace, and he immediately fell ill. He's a little crook who always falls ill, in quotes, anytime he's in trouble. They summoned him. Sadly, they only took a goat and a petition from him and some small amount of money and told him to go and sin no more. The palace itself got threatened by the whims and caprices of this uncouth Homo sapiens. My brother, my sister, this is Bernard Nkwibo Siako, aka Chairman Wontumi. Now, one of the biggest allegations against him, oh Jesus, he used a mining firm that he owned called Akunta Mining, and he used it to destroy the land, pick up the gold, and go around showing how rich he was. And Nana Addo supported him and said that he was not involved in any illegal mining. But the committee that the president himself instituted to investigate illegal mining pinpointed him. He was a member of the NPP who was the head, Professor Frimpong Boateng, a very renowned, well-respected man. And after his research and inquiries, he pinpointed Chairman Wontumi as a very dangerous, uncouth, illegal miner using Akunta mining. Joy News had gone round and investigated Chinese people who were brought from outside to come and help destroy our land in illegal mining. All pointed to this guy and said that he was the one who shipped them in to deal with Akunta mining. At a point, his name sparked fear in anybody. He had so much political power. The name Chairman Wontumi was a visa into foolishness and disregard for power. And the president supported him. When the committee report came out, the president of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, first thing he said was that Chairman Wontumi was nowhere near illegal mining because he was bringing some of the money to the party. Party Hienska. And Chairman Wontumi was providing money from his illegal business, allegedly, to those people. Can I tell you more? When journalist Asari from Joy News went out there, and he specializes in these Galamsey issues, he realized that Chairman Wontumi was a kingpin in that illegal world of Galamsey. And he reported it several times, but they were in power, so nothing happened. My brother, can I tell you something? Come here. Watch this. Little did we know that Chairman Wontumi was not only destroying our forest and killing wild animals and medicinal plants for his own selfish whims and caprices. He also went to the bank, allegedly. Exim Bank collected huge amounts of money that he was going to fight Galamsey. Can I tell you more? It's almost like a man creates a virus, drops that on your computer, then he comes to tell you, you know what? I can help you fight the virus. I've created something called an antivirus. Pay me money for that. We set the house on fire. Then we go back, come back and say that we are firefighters. That was what he allegedly did. And presently, as we speak, he even allegedly went for loans from Exim Bank to build cocoa roads. We have told you this story already, and it hurts me that this guy is still going around hoping that he will be able to do away with the laws of Ghana. When they are with the white man, he's their God. They respect him and do everything to the letter. But when they come home, the place they're supposed to be called home, the place where their ancestors lie, the place where they themselves will lie, they desecrate it and destroy it because Didi Precon is what is their motto. My brother, my sister, look at what is happening. Watch this. Chairman Wontumi is fighting. Chairman Wontumi seeks acquittal in Akunta mining case. Flip! Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Bernard Nkwibosi Akon, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, has asked the High Court to acquit and discharge him in the case in which he is accused of allowing two individuals to mine on his concession without ministerial approval. In the submission of no case, his lawyer, Andy Apiakubi, argued that the Attorney General had not provided sufficient evidence to require the accused and his company to open their defense, according to a report by 3news.com. Yes, my own 3news.com on February 19, 2026. Considering the evidence presented by the prosecution and the essential elements of the offenses charged, it is respectfully submitted that the prosecution has failed to establish a prima facie case against the accused on all 6 counts. Apiakubi said. And what did the judge say? My brother, my sister. He also stated that the prosecution's case suffers from fundamental and fatal deficiencies, both in the lack of evidence on essential elements and in the quality and reliability of the evidence presented. Apiakubi argued that permitting the individuals to mine did not constitute an assignment of mineral rights. Permitting people to come and mine at your concession does not constitute an assignment of mineral rights. Permission is a license or authorization to do something on another person's property without transferring proprietary rights. An assignment, on the other hand, involves the transfer of the rights themselves. This distinction is critical and well established in law, he said. My brother, my sister, he argued that the prosecution's failure to provide evidence on an assignment was a fundamental flaw, making the charges of assignment of mineral rights without approval unsustainable. My brother, my sister, this was what he kept saying over and over. And he further stated that the prosecution failed to establish that the accused knew Ayisi and Okum were unlicensed miners. Can you see that? Can you see that? Flip the page. And Sremsai, Dr. Sremsai, is yet to respond to this. Flip the page. My brother, my sister. Under cross-examination, And you see, admitted that he never met or communicated with Chairman Wontumi, did not have a mining license, and had never applied for one. He also acknowledged that he had no written agreement with the accused and had not paid any fees or permission to mine. Dash it away. My brother, so the case is simple. When some of these people have the concession, what they do is they will let other people come and mine after taking money from them. In principle, they are giving an assignment to the people, assigning the land to the people. We have seen it in recent times. Some people have been fingered. They use their political power to get a concession here in their name, but they assign it to somebody else, albeit for a certain period. Foreigners they bring on to help destroy the land. That is what they are in court fighting. Even Chairman Wontumi's own manager is siding with the Attorney General and telling the Attorney General, you know what? My boss knew everything about these things. He sent me here. He told me this. And the records are there clean. This guy here is a very dangerous guy. I don't see why Chairman Wontumi will not go to jail. And I will be happy to see him in jail if truly he's culpable of the destruction he did to our own forest. His own party members are saying that he is the one. Professor Frimpong Boateng and more. In another development, Gifty Owari is also fighting that the money that she allegedly stole, she wants the case to be scraped and thrown away so she can walk free. Well, we trust the cause to be able to do things. The youth are standing by and they are ready to take back the country if our elders will not behave. What does this mean? The youth have their eyes on the nation like never before. And if the elders fail them, they have a way of taking back their land. Not through coup d'etats, never. Not through anything illegal, but through the passion that burns inside them. The force of that passion will speak for the youth, and we shall lead them. It's the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Hey, and Chairman Wontumi, Joe Louis was an American boxer. He said, in the boxing ring, you can run, you can jump, you can skip, you can duck. But there's one thing you cannot do. You cannot hide. Joe Louis, his statement today makes more sense than then. It's the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonemo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we finish the show. Hey! Hey-yo! Wayo! It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. Remember, here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Our country or nothing. Notre pays ou rien. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushunemo. And here we speak truth to power. Send your comments in, share the broadcast. And I see so many people here. Many of you have not clicked on the subscription button. Here we don't talk politics. All we talk about is patriotism. This is the headquarters of the truth. And we are going for the final story. Story number 3. Watch this. NDC seeks punishment for sexy JOMORO MP. She's one of the sexiest women you would find in Ghanaian politics. Her name is Dorcas Afotofi. She's so pretty. She has the curves of the African woman. Oh, Lord. Behind me, Satan. What a thing. In fact, in her constituency, many people follow her just to catch a glimpse of the curves, the beauty of the African woman. Many men stumble in the ballot box and touch her face because of the beauty she exudes as an African woman. Wow. There she goes. She's one of the ladies that I truly admire. And when she appears in the Parliament House, especially wearing a long flowing gown, oh my God. Many people turn around and they look at her. Some MPs momentarily are hypnotized. Some who begin to talk are cacophonized. And some are utterly befuddled. This is the woman we're talking about, Dorcas. Hey, if you're having an event and you invite her to just come and walk past, you would make a lot of money in fundraising. This is the woman we are talking about, Dorcas Tofi. To many who do not know her, this is her second time in Parliament. She is the MP for JOMORO, the Kwame Nkrumah area. She is the mother of the musician Fantana. Fantana is the woman you see here. She spent a lot of time in London. So when she's talking, like mother, like daughter, she is a chip of the old block. Oi, 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 now. Recently, many said that she had gone under the knife. But if this is anything to go by, she probably inherited that African guitar shape from her mother. Having established the beauty of the MP for JOMORO, Dorcas Tofi, something happened in Savulugu. An MPP candidate decided to invite this lady. As to whatever relationship they have, she decided to cross the carpets of politics from one side to the other. Maybe telling herself, we are same Ghanaians. But when it comes to politics, yes, we are same Ghanaians. But when we are voting, we normally would like to be seen as supporting our party. So she went out there and supported this NPP guy. And from when she left the area, after this guy had so much support because of her presence, fundraising was beautiful. Support for this guy, wicked. And those who took photos with her, umpteen number of people. People who promised her that they will go for the guy just because of her. Overwhelming. After that, the NPP in the area, Savulugu, they started to shiver. Some started to wet their pants as if they had a weak bladder. They went red like red coral. Oh gosh. And they went for a press conference. What did they say at the press conference? Watch this.
The entire membership of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, in the Savulugu constituency sincerely and warmly welcome friends from the Inky fraternity to a more important press conference, which is tailored or centered on a certain anti-party conduct on the part of one of the sitting MPs who stood on the ticket of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, won the votes of members of the NDC, representing the people of JOMORO in Ghana's parliament, and out of the generosity of His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, this said honorable member was appointed Deputy Minister for Transport. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, the attention of the National Democratic Congress NDC in the Savulugu constituency has been drawn to the actions of the Member of Parliament for JOMORO constituency in the person of Honorable Dorcas Afo Tofi, who doubles as Deputy Minister for Transport. She recently visited Savulugu in response to an invitation extended to her by the MP for Savulugu, Hajia Fataya Abdul Aziz. At the said lunch, Honorable Dorcas did the unfriendly and behaved in a manner which we consider and describe as anti-party. She represented herself in her own capacity, representing her own people from JOMORO constituency, and the following were some of the things she did at the lunch of the Yoyele Padre Foundation organized by the MP for Savulugu, Fataya Abdul Aziz. 1, she was captured, and when I say she was captured, I'm simply and explicitly referring to Honorable Dorcas, MP for JOMORO. She was captured in a video saying that the MPP Member of Parliament for Savulugu deserves another 10. For doing what she did, we wonder whether she knows what that meant for the NDC and what it will cost the NDC next parliamentary candidate come election 2028. In addition, the said NDC MP for JOMORO, Honorable Dorcas, also indicated that she would at all times give out support to the MP for Savulugu, who is an MPP sitting MP. And of course, she did not miss words. She actually promised and donated an amount of 100,000 Ghana cedis. In old currency, we say 1 billion old cedis to the MPP sitting MP for Savulugu. Even at the gathering, she gave out 200,000 Ghana cedis, 20,000 Ghana cedis, I beg your pardon, and promised to pay the rest when she returns to Parliament with the MP for Savulugu, who happens to be an MPP Member of Parliament. The third other unfortunate action or act on the part of Honorable Dorcas is the fact that she actually grossly disregarded party structures. By so doing, she said, and I quote, she doesn't believe in party colors. Yeah. Meaning, even the ticket on which she stood and was voted for vehemently by the people of JOMORO, she does not respect them on the ticket she stood for. They just voted for her anyhow, anywhere, which is highly unfortunate for such a statement to have come from an honorable member of parliament representing the good people of JOMORO, who doubles as Deputy Minister for Transport. What an unfortunate statement by a Minister of State. Friends from the Inky fraternity, it is equally important to note that the said MP also said that Hajia Fataya's launch of the foundation, Yojile Padre Foundation, that this is her second term as MP representing the people of Jomoro, and that she has not been able to undertake such a viable project. And so she is going to learn from the MPP, sitting MP in Savlogo, and have same project being replicated when she gets back to her constituency. This is a direct insult and a slap in the face of the party NDC and the good people of Jomoro. Friends from the Inky fraternity, Honorable Dorcas, as a member of parliament on the ticket of the National Democratic Congress NDC, has the responsibility to always work and protect the interests and the sanctity of the National Democratic Congress NDC, on which ticket she stood and became an MP, which triggered a move for her appointment into the high office as Deputy Minister for Transport. Irrespective of any form of relationship, we expect her to abide and respect the sanctity, the rules and regulations, and the constitution of the National Democratic Congress as one of the most biggest and vibrant political, parties in the political and constitutional history of the Republic of Ghana. It is worth noting that the third MPP MP for Savlogu, Hajia Fataya Aziz, did a lot of things which went against the NDC, culminating into her unexpected victory in the 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections. Indeed, the following were some of the things the current MP for Savlogu worked against the NDC and did deliberately against the NDC, which led to our unpardonable defeat. First and foremost, when she was candidate on the ticket of the MPP, she actually did the following. One, the NDC 2024 parliamentary candidate was denying fertilizer that was given to each and every MP throughout the nook and cranny of the Republic of Ghana. Honorable Jacob Idris Humbempan was the party's candidate. Through the maneuvering and the meandering of the current MP, who was a candidate on the ticket of the MPP, managed to work things out with the then MC Ajia Aisha Sedu to deliberately and whimsically deny the NDC parliamentary candidate then access to fertilizer, which was supplied to each and every member of parliament for onward distribution to party membership. This was a painful matter which the NDC membership in the entire Savlogu constituency went through and we endured. The second other thing they did to us, which led to our unpardonable defeat, is the fact that the party was denied a venue which was meant for Excellency President Mahama, the then candidate, when he wanted to meet the people of Savlogu to have a meeting. We requested for a venue at Savlogu Senior High School. She managed, collaborated, and connived. When I say she managed and collaborated and connived, I mean I'm referring to the current MP Fataya, who was a candidate on the ticket of MPP. Through the contractor who was working on the dining hall, they managed to deny Excellency President Mahama and the entire NDC membership common dining hall where we needed to have a meeting to welcome Excellency Mahama and to have a party activity. 3, the same Fataya as we speak today, on whose behalf our own sitting MP for Jomoro came to support, denying the 2024 parliamentary candidate of the NDC a clear-cut and a direct ownership to a road contract which was lobbied, supervised, and did everything whilst being in Accra and serving the constituency as MP. She managed to claim ownership of that project. And that project is from Savlogu to Kumbungu Road. It was a project lobbied by the then NDC MP, Honorable Wontumi. But the lady managed, because she had incumbency and because she was in power, she managed to deny the NDC candidate the opportunity to work on the road, which
This is the pain that is being exuded by the Savlogu NDC executives. I feel their pain. My brother, she used incumbency, and I'm talking about Fataya. Honorable Fataya Aziz is the MP for Savlogu. According to the NDC, in Savlogu, she used her incumbency to deny access to a few things that he mentioned so that her incumbency would work for her, including a dining hall that was supposed to be renovated to receive John Dramani Mahama at the time he was coming to the area. My brother, but this is a very interesting thing. What has Dorcas Afo-Toffee done wrong? According to them, she says she doesn't believe in party colors. She works with people according to how she feels and their achievements. For the NDC in Savulgu, it's an insult to say that what this woman is doing here, even me, as a two-time MP, I've not been able to achieve that in my constituency. For them, it's a slap in the face, quoting them. What do you think about this? My brother, the truth is the truth. Recently, Kojo Nkrumah supported Kwame Nkrumah, maybe because they bear the same name. On a more serious note, Oppong Nkrumah did not want to see the name of Kotoka on the airport anymore, when almost all members of his party are going against Kwame Nkrumah. We have seen NPP MPs who have turned round and spoken against their parties and their fellow MPs in support of the NDC. I think that is the beauty of our democracy. I don't know what you think. Yes, the party brought you into power, but we have people who go to vote. They are card-bearing members of a particular party, yet they refuse to vote for a candidate from their own party because they don't believe in him. Is that not democracy? For Dorcas Afo-Toffee to say, I know you are an NPP person. I know that ethically I'm supposed to be supporting members of my party. In fact, like a cult, I will come and support you because of the works that you do. After all, I think I will support such a person. Oh yes, the fact that I belong to a particular political party doesn't mean they bring a rat and make him the candidate for a certain area. I should vote for that rat. No. I should be able to stand against that. I should be able to think Ghana first rather than party colors. That's what I think Afo-Toffee is doing. She's not trying to look down on the NDC. How can she? After all, that is the party that has brought her on. But to be bold enough to fly all the way from wherever she was, JOMORO, and come all the way to Savulgu, that has no airport. Of course, the Tamale airport is not too far away from Savulgu. But I'm using that figuratively to support. So tomorrow, if Fatahia Aziz, that beautiful MP, bring a photo, quick. That very beautiful Savulgu MP decides to go to JOMORO and support Dorcas Afo-Toffee, because after all, one good turn deserves what? Another. What will the NDC say? What will the NPP say? Will they disown her? Better still, let's use the technical word, excommunicate her? My brother, my sister, if our politics can go this direction, I think it will be better. We call it skirt and blouse. You can vote for the president, but not necessarily for the NP. I think that our politics is beginning to mature. Yes, I am a colorful umbrella, but I am going to go for the discolored pale elephant, because there's this person in there who thinks Ghana and not party. So this sexy MP goes with a sexy body to support another pretty MP. She raised money and she gave her all the accolades. I wish I could do for my people what you are doing here. Now, I am also interested in the other part, where she allegedly used incumbency to deny people of the area whatever, and rather presented it to her party people. If that is true, then I have a problem. Then this is not the person to support. Then she's not thinking Ghana. She's thinking party colors. She is thinking incumbency. That's what it is. If what the Sabulgu executives are saying is true, that she used incumbency, in fact, misused incumbency, to divert whatever goodies were meant for the people of the area, and secluded that, zeroed that in for her party members, then I have a problem here. But that would have to be investigated. And if it is true, maybe Dorcas didn't know that was what happened. Now she can come out and apologize to the people and tell the people that, you know what? I went in there on face value, topically, and I realized that it was just a calm river. I didn't know that it was deep. To my sexy, beautiful JOMORO MP. Woo! Continue thinking non-partisan. Continue thinking Ghana. Continue thinking patriotic. We shall support you. And to my people in Savulgo, kabia come this individual party. Iku yisi party. Party nzam buna na te vote to ka vote ti bua. Nzam piana na vote ti piao ka vote to. Party kuzam noble na share vote to. Party nzam buna vote to. Jangbene am vote. Little partially the same say na nega nimbe injule. Njel jangbar gwo na to vote to. Jangbar biao. Modan targam balawa uzurmi tiburu malaika ibela NPP ka NPP pa party ka nya ni malaika mbon ni pashale jam ti vote te malaika malaika ngunkul garla nan targa be ngala jere nzo numi asolo ka bisha akam dinya party Zwa kala fe bizan a shifting ka MPP doctor bien de mane on yula bi okuyula bi anzase no odi na nzo pam solo ka bin shakam zindinya party ama in yel shamma gba nwumia ni oba other side ma ngoko no tinve ntwe de po no nya ya mangle nyale wula nyale tin yel mun Dorcas tofi ko bang ogba ivi nyale on yina ntetem sandane na mvunte tuma. Well, it's the Black Pot, and I just switched. Oh my God, I forgot that I was speaking English. Any which way, it's the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, and here we speak truth to power. I want to say thank you. I want to say I appreciate you. I want to say I love you. Right now, it's time to go get the comments of the day. All right? What are the comments? And our quote for today is a very beautiful one. There was a slip in there, but basically, the great man of God called Pastor Mensa Otabil was only saying that you cannot solve the same problem with the same mentality that created the problem. Okay? You cannot solve a problem with the same mentality that created the problem. It's deep. That's when Kwame Nkrumah told us that we have to change our attitudes now. The biggest problem of the Ghanaian, the African, is the attitude. When we are in England, we follow the attitude of the white man. We are on time. We jump on the bus at the right time or we miss it. We abide by the rules and everything, even things that the white man does that we don't appreciate. When we go there, we do what the Romans do. True? Because we are in Rome. And when we return to our countries, the same old attitude returns and it destroys us. That's what Otabil is talking about. Ben Azu says it's time. Bawa Uwa says, welcome the Black Pot. Kwame Kwashi says, come here. This is the Mecca of the truth. Dash it away. And he says, may the spirits of our ancestors continue to protect you, the team, and all the patriots of truth who are gathered here. And he says, any updates on Akpalu, Poladu Mortuary, and Kofi Juma of Gihok? Hopefully next week we should be able to bring you something from Gihok. Okay? Zion Genesis says he's listening. Abena Sela says fire, fire. Kwame Kwashi says Black Rasta, our country or nothing, not to pay. Rien. Patriotism is our way of life. Salute of patriotism. Kwame Kwashi continues. Hey, yo. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell yet another friend that the prophet of truth, the prophets of truth are gathered to listen to the message of truth, nothing but the truth. All right? Thank you so much, and please share the broadcast. And remember to subscribe to the channel. We are called Black Empire Media. Maxwell Kokroko Kwamla says, Black Rasta, you are an ardent statesman. Thank you. Fawus Ovi Omoto says, greetings, Black Rasta. Agbashi Victor says, good evening, Black Rasta. I always enjoy your program. Keep it up. Kamshina Zaid says, Black Rasta, move of fire. Ramadan Mubarak to all Muslims in the Black Empire Media. Thank you, sir. Kwaku Jr. says, I like your outfits. Amba kulia kulan labna. Alayuni. Amba kulia kulan labna. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. I know we are unable to read all your comments, but we'll go back and read all of them one after the other. Yes, Muslims are fasting in Ramadan. Want to say Ramadan Mubarak. We love you and we appreciate you. Yes, we love you. We appreciate you. Always find time to come back and watch it if you miss it. Okay? Until then, we'll see you again tomorrow. 6 p.m. on the dot. We love you and we appreciate you. And on behalf of Tesori Doriente, we want to say thank you so much. Have that fresh bath. Enjoy the freshness of Tesori Doriente. Oh, and let everybody say, oh, you smell so differently. This is the Black Pot and is distributed by Daddy Ash Limited. For bulk purchases and inquiries, pick up the numbers and do justice. Turn every shower into a royal experience with Tesori Doriente. My name Black Rasta. Ghana's #1, Africa's finest. And we'll catch you again tomorrow. Same time, 6 p.m. Until that time, hey-ya! Hey-yo! Wayo!